If they think I can have a Tesla, if they believe I can have a Tesla, I should believe I can have a Tesla, right? It started out with me being super, super broke, not even having a chance of ever being able to afford a Tesla, to then getting sold on Elon Musk's story. I was wanting to start my own company. I didn't know how, but I was like, it just sounds cool to start a company. So I started doing some research on entrepreneurs, and I came across Elon Musk, and he had an amazing story, has an amazing story. Highly recommend checking it out. All about how he started SpaceX and PayPal and Tesla. And at first I wasn't really into Teslas, but the more I looked into them, I was like, this is epic. Teslas are sick. I want one. And I eventually met someone actually who owned a Tesla, and it's funny, this lady, her husband owned a Tesla, and she was wearing a Tesla hat all the time, and I asked her if I could have that hat. I won a running race, and I won the trophy, and she's like, oh my god, can I have that trophy? And I was like, yeah, if I can have that hat. So we traded. I got her a Tesla hat. In fact, I made a few YouTube videos wearing that Tesla hat.
Tesla Motors. Represent.
A few days later, she's like, hey, sorry, my husband wants that hat back. I was like, oh shit. So I had to give the hat back. But that's how I kind of got into Teslas. I was like, oh my god, I feel like a Tesla owner already wearing a Tesla hat. And again, this is way back when I was living in Thailand, super broke. I was just loving the idea of owning a Tesla. And then as years went on, I kept researching them more and more and more. I thought they were really, really cool. And every time I got in my car to drive, I would start pretending that I was already in a Tesla. And I'd walk up to my car and I would call it a Tesla. In fact, I would be on Instagram and I'd put text on the screen like, oh, just driving my Tesla. And it would show me putting the key in the car and starting up the ignition, being as a joke, right? And people started replying back, like, oh my god, you have a Tesla? You have a Tesla? You have a Tesla? I started getting DMs from people, like, oh my god, Ted, did you actually buy a Tesla? Rumors started going around about me having a Tesla. And it was really weird because I, again, didn't have any idea how to ever afford a Tesla, but people kept labeling me kind of as a person who had a Tesla, or assuming I had a Tesla for some reason, and it felt really good. If they think I can have a Tesla, if they believe I can have a Tesla, I should believe I can have a Tesla, right? So I started to take my belief more seriously, and so rather than just driving my car and pretending it was a Tesla, I started going to bed every night and visualizing myself with a Tesla. And in fact, I still have the audio recording of me speaking and saying when I wake up in the morning, I walk out into my driveway and I see a black Tesla, and when I sit inside it feels very comfortable, and I love the smooth acceleration and the handling around corners. And I was just clearly visualizing what it would be like to have a Tesla. I kept going to the website and checking the prices of everything, and it was just outrageous. But I remember thinking if I ever come across some money, man, I'm just gonna start putting it towards a Tesla and just pay the down payments on a Tesla. And didn't know how I was gonna do it, but I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I was gonna do it. My mom kept saying Ted, don't you dare buy a Tesla. You should buy a home first and have a place to live, not have a freaking car to drive. And she said, you don't need to drive that much. And it's true, I don't drive that much. I go to the gym, I go to the grocery store, that's it. Sometimes I come to my cabin where I am now. She was really against me getting a Tesla, but I kept talking about how I'm gonna get a Tesla, I'm gonna get a Tesla, I'm gonna get a Tesla. And maybe there's some resistance because she thought I couldn't afford it and be a waste of money, blah, blah, blah. But anyways, I started to really consider doing it, buying one, and I didn't even know how I was gonna get the money, but I just went to the Tesla dealership. I was like, hey, can I test drive this? And they're like, what do you do for work? What's your line of business? And I was like, oh, I have a festival. Because I do, I have a Canada Fruit Festival, which ended up, losing a shitload of money. Definitely did not make any money on that festival, but I was like, I have a festival. So when you tell somebody you have a festival, they may assume oh my god, this person has a lot of money. So I was able to test drive the Tesla. It was freaking awesome. As soon as I started test driving, I was like, well, this is way out of my league. This is way out of my league. And then I was like, you know what? I love this Tesla I was test driving. It was the X, but I was like, I really want to test drive the S. And the guy's like, well, we're shutting down the shop at 5 p.m. tonight, but what I can do is I can actually give you the S to test drive for the next 24 hours if you want. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah. So the dude let me park my car, my piece of crap car. It's super embarrassing, how ugly my car was. But he let me park it at the Tesla dealership and take their Tesla Model S home for 24 hours. It was insane. I owned a Tesla for 24 hours without paying anything. It was fucking insane. I don't even know if they still do that, but it was insane. I go home and nice sunny day, I pick up my friends, we go for rides. We happen to see some more of my friends on the side of the road. What the fuck is a Tesla? We're driving around. We end up seeing my friend's dad on the road. We get out, we pick him up. We're got his car full of friends. We're driving on the highway going super, super fast. And I was getting really sick to my stomach how fast it was going because it was a roller coaster, right? We're having the best time ever driving around. We drive through a high school. And all these kids are whoa, a Tesla. We just zoom through and it's so fun. I'm having the best time ever. And again, I cannot afford a freaking Tesla at this point. I'm just test driving it. But I'm having the time of my life kind of acting as if. And I'd gotten this far, I'd manifested a freaking free test drive for 24 hours. But by this point now I'm physically sold on it. Not just physically, but mentally, emotionally sold on it. I need a Tesla. It's so fun. It's the best selling technique ever. Just give someone a Tesla for 24 hours. So they're going to be sold on it. So now I'm sold on it and I still don't have the money. So I told the guy, I'm like, look, I'll get back to you. I have some investments because I do have some Bitcoin. I was like, when my investments do well, I'll get one. He's like, oh, okay. So about a year later, my festival lost a shitload of money. I needed a way to make the money back. I end up doing webinars to make a lot of money. The full story of that is in the link in the description, a full training on how I do what I do now, how I do webinars and make full-time income from that. Link in the description for that. But I started doing some webinars and making really, really, really good money with that. I started making so much money that I called my dad up and I'm like, Dad, like, do you need any money? Like, he's retired. He doesn't really do much, but he doesn't have that much money either. He gets like pension or something coming in. So I called him up like, Dad, do you need any money? Like for your hobbies or for travel or anything? He's like, no, I'm good. Thanks though. He's like, okay, my dad doesn't need any money. And I already paid off my mom all the debt. It was like 10 grand debt or something. My mom paid her off. And then I had a bunch of money. And I was like, well, I'm going to freaking just buy that Tesla now. So I did what any, 28-year-old with a bunch of money would do. I just go online and click order Tesla, and I ordered the freaking Tesla. I got this Tesla, and I didn't just get any random Tesla on the website. I got the one I wanted. I got the black exterior with the white interior, and I made sure to test drive this model first. Like, I made sure to test drive a black exterior with a white interior. Got on the call, and I was like, hey, can I come test drive a car today? And she's like, yeah, sure. And I ended up test driving 5 times at 5 different Tesla dealerships. 3 or 4 different locations, but 5 test drives. And I wanted to make sure that I was test driving the black exterior with the white interior. And she's like, yeah, but like, we have some with like red exterior, but white interior you can test drive. And I was like, no, I want to make sure the black one. She's like, oh, but they all look the same from the inside. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I want the feel, I want the vibe of walking up to a black one to know how that would feel. Just know if I really, really want it. Make sure I'll get the performance model. So I want extra speed, awesome sound system, and extra good range, and autopilot, and everything in there. So ended up going to test drive it again. I fell in love again. I was like, okay, I need this car. And so they told me, rather than just buying one off the website, which is what I tried to do in the past, order didn't go through or something, I called them up and I'm like, hey, like, do you have any cars like in stock right now I can just pick up today? And they're like, well, we have like a showroom car that's actually on discount. You can actually save like 10 grand if you get the showroom car. And I'm like, what's the showroom car? They're like, oh, it has like 5,000 kilometers on it. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I got the showroom model. So I guess I didn't technically buy a new Tesla. I bought like a used one, but it feels brand new, smells brand new, drives brand new. And yeah, that's how I bought the Tesla. That's how I manifested the Tesla. One thing at a time, but it all started with me getting sold on Elon Musk's story. So that's the power of story selling right there. That's a really great story. Can go a long way to selling a great product. But if you want to learn more about how I actually was able to afford the Tesla, because this is an expensive car. Let's not joke around here. This is like a close to $100,000 car in Canadian dollars at least, because I have the performance one. But if you want to learn how I was able to afford this, how I was able to go from being broke to sleeping on my friend's apartment floor to then driving a Tesla Model 3, living in my freaking dream house, not leasing the Tesla, but owning it, check the link in description and you'll find out how I was able to make all the income and how you can get started making some cool income as well if you're interested in putting out YouTube videos and putting out Instagram content and giving away some free stuff online. This don't freaking MLM crap. This is like how to package up what you know and sell it in the form of online courses and using YouTube and Instagram traffic to drive people to your funnels. So if that's what you're interested in learning how to do, I'll teach you exactly how I did it by the link in the description. All right, peace out, much love, adios. It's raining here like hella.